how should I say it? Remember when the 300 were at the hut gates at Thermopylae? Yeah, it was kind of like that, but without them being very heroic. So yeah, it didn't end very well for them, to say the least. As let's see whether or not they can actually do something about it right now, as they've already managed to pick up one round here on train, and let's see if they can do anything about it. Gonzo, how do you reckon these guys are gonna perform after their somewhat lacking play earlier on?
Just while the eco rounds are getting underway from mTw, and looks like they're just gonna work some in here with some smokes on ramp. But just while that's getting underway, first of all, I did do mTw a disservice on the first map. I noticed I thought it was 14 rounds that they were saying. We didn't see the first line. It was 14 HP that he had left. It wasn't banter. It wasn't abuse. I do sincerely apologise. I saw that was pointed out by the usual yawn brigade. So just so we're all on point and we know that I can accept that I maybe got something a little bit wrong. We'll get out of the way and we'll move on.
You hear that, Cathode? We actually read your comments.
Yeah, yes. Okay, it was some people's anyway. Yeah. But I think how I see this going. Look, if full gaming need to give a good account of themselves here, just for the sake of underlining that it wasn't the end of the world when they lost those players, and if they can't do that, I fear for the future of that particular lineup. I really do. mTw, though, on the other hand, have come in, with a radical overhaul of the team and what Arcadian's going to be bringing. And like I say, I've seen him calling, I've seen what he's been doing tactically with the team. So I still fancy them to have just enough in the locker to get past full gaming in the straight two.
Yeah,
that's how I see it going. Sadly, I wish. We'll wait and see. I mean, if full gaming can build up a head of steam as counter-terrorists with some good defensive work, and they can shut down the major sites, a little bit worrying that mTw got a plant on an eco, by the way.
They'll have the money for that now.
And we've seen him buy straight away.
There we go.
So it's going to be tough and rocky road for full gaming, one round at a time. On this one.
Indeed, is mTw holding on inside with actually Mine and Zonic sitting outside in the direction of Viney. Actually, maybe trying to pull a fake on that one, with the rest of mTw sitting on Opera. Arcadian is already looking back. Could he go for Pop Dog instead? Is he gonna go for Pop Dog? Let's see if we can find him on the Arcadian. Where are you? There he is. Yeah, he is actually hanging out Pop Dog.
Just having a bit of fun.
Yeah, so apparently. Waiting for, Zonic and Mine are all the way around, and Ave is going to be joining them. They're going for Viney all the way around. And Wazor, I think he's sitting up in heaven, and Saranga, not realizing what is going on that one. They're pushing in. Saranga is going to get picked off at this rate. Yes, he is. Ave picks him up with a single shot to the face. Wazor from hell quickly countering on that one. The bomb down, Zonic I'm picking up, and they're going to go quickly for A-Train. Vagan rotating all the way from inside. Zonic gets picked off by Vagan, as he says, and its Trace gets downed as well. And full gaming on a buy route for mTw, managing to pull it home. It's a good round for full gaming, and they need to start collecting rounds.
What they did there was, again, you could see immediately the improved kind of communication and it's kind of togetherness. There was that, mTw made the entry pick. Let's not forget that. And as terrorist on train, I should always put you in a good position to force the agenda. A team with mTw skills can certainly do that, and they weren't able to do that because full gaming rotated quick, hit them high, hit them low, hit them from all angles, and eradicated the threat in a very short space of time.
Indeed, as Mine is sitting outside, waiting for Frisian to make his move. It's again Saranga too quick on Mine. Are they on the eco? I think they are on the eco.
Yeah,
blocks for everybody.
I was going to say, if so, it may be Deagles, but no, it does look to be a full eco, which probably is the wise policy. Get the AWPs out as soon as possible and start working some picks. mTw more than capable of that.
Absolutely.
And while that's going on, looks like Zonic's going to go for a bit of a sneaky on inner here with the bomb. You can see it's almost as if he's listening to the casting there. He's doing a little dance.
Yes.
But
no.
Smash. Fagan says no.
Fagan says smash, indeed. Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, I'm going to guess one more eco for mTw. Or are they going to buy? No, it looks like eco.
Well,
no, it is a buy. Did they get ops? That is what I'm...
Let's have a look around, see what we can see. I'm seeing some drops come in, and I don't know. I don't think there's a big green gun there, is there?
Yeah. No, that's full gaming.
Yeah, that's full gaming. So Yeah, it looks like all rifles from what I can see.
Indeed, as mTw looking again to go inside, holding off on Pop Dog. Just looking on those stairs as Turkish is actually going high. He's actually pulling around. Smoke's being dropped on the inside. The bomb is still on Arcadian, and Turkish will be could go for an early pick. Here he comes. As the lag comes in for a second, as mTw seems to have managed to get themselves on towards Big Side. Zonic going in as well, getting the first, getting dropped himself. As the Full Gaming is sitting all the way in the back by CT Spawn. It's 3-on-2. Make that 2-on-1. Yeah, Freeze needing just 2 more. Make that 1 more. With just Abe versus Frazen. Will he manage to pull it off? Sitting behind that train. Where is Abe? Is he sitting on high?
Oh.
No. AK in the back. As the bomb got planted as well. 4-1. And Freezy was essentially forced back into the side. He was sitting comfortably in the back at CT. Just with his AWP, picking off players as they came in. But as soon as that bomb got planted and he's finding himself all by himself, then you kind of have to push in. And
well, mTw, what they won there was the trade game, and that's how you do it. You know, if you know you're going to lose numbers, you've always got to just peg them back. And if you get to the 4v4s and the 3v3s, even the 2v2s, that's an advantage for the aggressive side, for the offensive side, because you can force the agenda, whereas the CTs have to spread out across the map and cover sites and cover choke points. So, and that's how they want it. They got the bomb down, they got it ticking, and Freeze wasn't able to come up with what would have been a fantastic clutch.
Indeed. As currently, mTw already with 2 down. Zonic with bomb in Pop Dog. As Mene decides to go Viney all the way around. Will he get any peeks in there? It does not appear to be the case, although 2 of Full Gaming are right there. Wazarn right around the corner on his left. Will he be able to pick it up? No, not just yet. Sitting behind Adrian. No, he's actually moved all the way around with Ave behind him. There's Wazar finally with Ave picking up the kill, and Wazar should be right there. Not going to happen as it's a 1v3 with Zonic still with the bomb. 1 down Pop Dog. Turkishin will be right around his right in connector. Not just yet. Spraying through the wall. Gets the single. Fagan is there. Frisian will rotate quickly to CT, but it's not going to happen as the AWP comes in. Zonic finds himself with that 50 cal bullet sticking inside of him. 5-1. Very good initial round here from Full Gaming. They've really gotten their strats up. They had a long pause between both games with mTw.
Sometimes it can work in your advantage. You know, these technical problems. Wink, wink.
You know,
who knows?
Timeout,
who knows? Because, you know, I think more teams should use tactical timeouts. You know, breaking up momentum is a huge part of the game, and you've got to do whatever you can to ensure that.
Indeed. mTw losing Ave early on as he tried to push outside, freezing all over the place.
He just pushed off a spawn there. I don't think he was expecting too much from it.
No, indeed. Like I said earlier on, AWP controlling the outside. Does mTw have a buy? I think they should. No, they're on blocks again. Kill, oh dear. And they're just Zonic remaining. Last man standing. And oh, look at that. 3-man from Vagan. 6-1. It's
It's looking a lot better, and like I said, they seem to have this map kind of, you know, they've got the angles worked out, they've got the positions worked out, and they've got the rotates worked out. And mTw are having a hard time of making an entry pick and making it count. You know, they're getting the 1 and then they're getting pegged back immediately. If they can get the 2, all of a sudden it's a different ballpark, and you know that's what they need to focus on, getting the frags in clusters.
Yeah, well, you should, in the cluster, 1 by 1, getting your picks, obviously, is really what you mean.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is, you know, if you can force the agenda with the weight of numbers, which you can as the offensive side, it's never enough to just get the 1 pick. You know, sometimes if you get the exchanges in, it can be good, but if you can get the first 2, then like you said, that's you know the round should be won in a 5v3 with the offensive team pushing it. It's going to always take a moment of individual brilliance to counter that, and mTw, you know, despite a more talented roster, I would say, haven't really been able to, kind of force that dominance as terrorist on train, which I'm surprised by. I thought this would have been a map where mTw would really come into their own.
Yeah, you said, especially considering Full Gaming's performance in the in the initial map, it really shows how this plays out. And mTw using a completely different strategy than they have before in this round, taking it extremely slow. But even so, Trace does pick up a double. And could we be looking at the second round win for mTw. They really need to start getting their wins in.
2v2. Next frag should win this round.
Yeah. Zonic, Wazar is going to be it. On towards A-Train, and he's going to get the kill. He needs to get Trace to move in and get the kill as well, as he's just happily camping behind A-Train. No, it's not going to happen. As Zonic gets dropped in. Oh, bomb does get planted, so the money is in the bank. And he gets the first. Well, he got the second.
Could be more than money in the bank, this.
Yeah, it could be the entire thing. As Turkishan is going for the defuse. Trace needs to watch out that he doesn't get a fake defuse on his ass. Is he going for the full defuse? Oh, he gets the defuse and then kills him.
And gets a kill as well.
Wow.
Brucey bonus.
No kidding.
7-1. And, you know, again, just the way they planted the bomb positionally, I think, you know, they were perhaps a little bit... Trace shouldn't have wandered so far as he did. He gave him just enough time. But obviously he was expecting the fake. You wouldn't expect someone to just sit on it. And that's a confident, bold, and you know, a bold move from Turkish.
Like you said earlier on, they need to start changing their tactics and start to innovate.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they did that round. Being ballsy.
Yep.
Just trying stuff that they really should not be doing right out of left field, which is exactly what the defuse was. And
I got to give credit to the double op setup as well on train, which is really, you know, not a lot of teams do play the double op setup. I wouldn't say it's standard by any means.
Wazor sitting all the way back of A-Train with the AWP as well as Frisian.
Yeah, well, you've got Fagan kind of just he's playing, you know, in a pretty much by himself, and then you got Freeze who just seems to be kind of just roaming, and it's like we talked about in the pre-match build-up, you know, controlling main, stopping them getting down pop, things like that, stopping them coming out of Ivy, and he's doing that. But as we're saying that, well, Trace again, what a game he's having. He's just been tucked down there by Wazon, but he's really opened things up.
Oh.
Zonic there with another great AWP shot.
Nope.
Oh, wasn't a B there.
7-1 again.
Yeah. Well, the bomb's ticking away, so we're just going to see an easy defuse coming in.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever on that one. But yeah, the long shots. He's been Friesen seems to have been roaming somewhere around connector. He can pop out of connector into open site, no problem at any point in time. And if it hits the fan on the inside as well, I can just quickly rotate and pop whatever is on ramp or upper. It's no biggie on this guy.
Yeah,
so he's really the big problem that mTw is facing on this.
I think so, but I mean, everyone's playing their kind of part in this half, you know, because at the end of the day, if you're kind of doing your job and holding a position and then rotating out, the score might not reflect that, but you know. You coming into contention all of a sudden throws the T's off their game, and all of you know they've got to kind of claw it back. Do I shoot with this guy? Do we shoot with that guy? So this is a far more polished performance on train than it was on Nuke from Full Gaming, and mTw with at 8-1 down. They know they need to pick up more rounds as terrorists going
on T as well. Yeah. There's Wazar sitting outside. Just outside. mTw is actually trying to push all the way, all 5 of them, through inside.
Well, I'm wondering if they've just started to get the measure of Fagan. He's been watching lower a lot, and here come them synchronized smokes.
He is actually rotating right now as they're on the side, and they're going to get the plan down as Arcadian does have the bomb, but Full Gaming is in full swing on the rotate. The smokes come in. Are they actually going to hit something here? Fagan, is he going to get a pick? The plan has come in as both sides drop at least 2. Arcadian.
Yeah, this is mTw's round now.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. And you know, they played that to perfection. Again, starting to get the measure of the Full Gaming tactics. Now, Full Gaming, again, they're in this little quandary. They're ahead. They've got a significant lead. They've just lost only the second round. But, you know, they think, well, you know, what if they do that again, and what if it works? Do we need to kind of, you know, maybe do we need to change something? Do we need to kind of counter their counter? You know, and this is where it becomes interesting now.
See how flexible mTw really is.
mTw were going to be thinking, right, we know what they're doing now. We can do this. And they're coming down pop currently. While I'm talking.
Very aggressive early on.
Exactly.
Wow. Whoa! A Trace with AWP into hell. With Sirwanga and Wazor right on top of there. Oh, Freezy being picked up as well. We was moved all the way out of connector for some reason. And Turkishan, he's trying to get around, and he's going to meet Zonic very, very quickly. He's going to need to save. What does Turkishan have? Does he actually have a gun? He should have a gun.
He should do. I would have expected him to.
Yeah, no kidding. Not a USP. Doesn't he? He just has the USP? No. Well, he shouldn't have just a USP.
It didn't look like an eco, but...
wow. Strange.
Yeah. Well, you know...
Yeah, like you were saying, mTw is adapting.
And they needed to do that because it was clear whatever full gaming we're doing, we're working. But this is where it comes down to that big game experience, the big tournament experience. Is just being able to know, look, okay, we're 8-1 down. We can change this.
Yes.
We've got it in our lockers. Yeah, exactly.
Composure.
And now full gaming are probably thinking, right. I mean, already we're seeing a famous buy here. In Maine, just looking around the map. Are they going to be playing perhaps a little bit differently? And they certainly don't seem to have AWPs, so they've got Famouses instead of AWPs. Which is a big difference. I know the burst fire is effective, but it's not that effective. And if Trace gets going with this AWP and makes the entry picks, we're going to see 8-4. And that's a very different spin on the game, to what it was at 8-1.
You reckon that full gaming is going to have trouble with money later on? Because I cannot help but think that
for me, the double AWP setup's been working, and FAMAS is not an
AWP.
People might say I don't know enough about the game. I'm pretty sure you're better off with the AWPs, especially as it's been working effectively.
Yes.
So, there's been another trade there. Freeze is still holding.
An Arcadian on top, with all three of mTw on the inside. I don't think full gaming realizes what's going on yet. But Suraganga, Wazor and Frisian all outside. mTw are going to
It's a gamble. It's a gamble. They're trying to gamble and read.
Yeah, there we go. They're going to have the entry in.
Yep.
They're going to get the plan down. Wazor's already rotating. What does Wazor have?
He's on an M4, so
yeah, they're all outside still. Full game is all the way outside, and they're gonna try to get all the way in. Or are they saving? It looks like they're saving.
Yeah, I think they're saving it.
They're saving it.
I think because they know, it's like you were saying there about the money situation, because they tried to pick up the Famouses and maybe break up the momentum. It hasn't worked. They're going to just save the guns now, 3 guns, and then maybe try and pull some cash and have a bit of a whip round in the office and get the guys something else. But it's one of those things.
mTw is actually pushing to kill.
Momentum's such a killer in this game. It really is.
Can Arcadian actually get the kill now? Frisian outside. Arcadian, can you get the pick? Yeah,
no.
Sonic gets
Sonic
the
gets
single.
one. Mazong gets one as well.
Whew.
So a little brief exchange at the end when it didn't matter. And 8-4. mTw coming into the ascendancy now. And, I would be absolutely devastated if I was on the full gaming team, and let's say this half ended 8-6, 8-7.
8-7 would be terrible for
because
train.
You've been 8-1 up, and
then that happens.
Yeah,
tactical timeout.
Well, maybe they will just pull the cables out the PC. I don't know.
Like, oops.
How you combat that? And again, here's the entry pick from Ave on Inner, and things seem to be going to hell. Very quickly here.
The empire of full gaming is crumbling or ripping at the seams, as you may say. The mTw are faking it out.
Yep.
They did a fake on inside. Try to see whether or not they get a cup. Where did Ave kill him? Was he inside?
I think Ave got the pick. Yeah.
On the inside, just out by connector train. Now they're going all the way around Ivy. Yeah. And if I look at the tactical display, they're going to have absolutely no opposition at this stage, as Frisians and Fagan are all by Pop Dog. Saranga is looking in the wrong direction, and Turkishin is all the way on the other side of the map.
And these are gambles that, if they don't pay off,
I know.
The rounds.
This is really, really good work for mTw. They're adapting very, very well and showing exactly to full gaming what they're capable of.
Yep.
Trace gets the AWP shot. I think he's up in hell.
Yep.
In heaven, my apologies. No, he's not. He was actually in T outside, T connector. And the plan is going to come in at this rate. The bomb is on the ground, but Turkishin and Fagan and Pop Dog is going to get picked off at this rate, because Mine and Ave are just sitting outside. He's by electrical box. And there he is.
He's just going to sit and try and get this guy when he peeks.
Yeah, but he won't, because Trace is not there. He's moved out.
No. That's what he's gambling on.
Yeah. Sonic in heaven. Oh, wait.
No, he did get him.
That was Sonic,
the crucial moment.
But the bomb has been planted at the back of A-Train, and Turkishin is saving, and the rest of the team is, Fagan is just leaving it where it is, and I would not be surprised if this is going to go down towards an 8-7 round.
Well, certainly full gaming need to kind of just take stock of the situation, realize that they're still in this. There's 2 more rounds left. They can pick those up, because what they've been doing has been working. And sure, mTw have adapted, but where they've kind of ruined themselves, I think, has been a little bit in the money situation, and also in the way they've kind of gambled. They've tried to read mTw.
Right.
It hasn't worked.
Well, they did a good reading at them at first.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah, and then
Snake Eyes came in. And,
so I'm just having a look at Freeze here. He's got the AWP again. I think that's going to be key, whether they can break up this mTw momentum. If they don't win this round, it is going to be an 8-7 round.
Yeah, very much so. And they're pushing outside again, inside again with Mine and Viney, or Ivy, my apologies, making a lot of noise, putting up a lot of smoke, and making just noise all over the place.
Last time they did this in a strat, it worked to perfection.
It worked to perfection, indeed.
So we're gonna see these synchronized smokes. I'm just having a look. It's Turkish who's gonna have to counteract them. We got the smoke in on upper and lower, so it's gonna be the push. But Freeze and Fagan have they've got wise to it this time, and they've read it. They've come in, picked up a few frags on the rotate now. Trace is going to be working the AWP, and well, it immediately countered there. Even Zonic. Zonic's down, and there's Freeze coming up big with the AWP, and there we are. Saranga mops it up, and that's the momentum breaker. I think they really, really needed that. They wanted any chance of taking this to a third map. 10-5. That's good, and that's very good if you consider you've lost the first map 16-2.
Yes.
So it's a good first half score, but of course, if it's in the back of the mind about what could have been, 9-6, that's again, it is going to prey on their minds as they go into the second half.
There's Full Gaming again on their defensive side, quickly only sending 2 inside on the inside, and we have mTw already smoking very heavily on Ivy. Are they going to push in very, very early? It does look like it's going to be the case. Arcadian's probably going to pick up the first. No, it's actually going to be Trace.
Look at Zonic coming out with main delayed. I mean, that's like a magic trick, that is. They show you one thing and then they do another. That was really brilliantly executed round. And, well, I mean, Free says it all there, a good half. And it was.
Yeah,
It was
no
certainly
kidding,
a damn sight more entertaining than the first map.
I have to absolutely agree. The nuke was, for lack of a better word, boring.
It was, because, it's never easy to see one team, and you don't want to take anything away from the victors, but I think Nuke was more about full gaming being clueless and lacking that direction, that tactical direction, rather than mTw being imperious. And we've seen that here. Full gaming can compete on the shots, but mTw just seem to have that little edge about them. And the pistol round here, huge pressure, because it's a 9-6 half, and if it gets tied up to 9-9. You start thinking anything's possible. If it goes to 12-6, it starts looking a bit bleak. So
12-6 potentially, but currently we're just waiting for mTw as well as Full Gaming to live on 3, which would be nice if it would actually happen. Could we actually be looking at the quote-unquote tactical timeout that we were talking about earlier?
Well, I can't see the competition area from here, but what I would say is it's what you need to do. This is what makes this such a good esport is that it's so tactical, it's so visceral. People are thinking about it. It's not just a case of running around and popping heads. It's not that simple. And I think it's great when teams do take that time out and they do think and they do strategize. And if you've got the opportunity to do it, I mean, there's so much at stake here.
Yep.
We're effectively talking about,
being knocked out of the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you've got the opportunity to get the guys together, rally the troops, do it.